Hello, YouTube people. Miss Connie here. Time for threads and such. I thought maybe just a little convo today about, trying to keep it light during the dark time. It's dark outside right now. So here is where we try to figure out all the ways to make it better for the winter. First of all, I'm wearing I call this my disco ball. It's a vintage rhinestone little find that I put on this little choker. I love wearing this. I don't know. It's my little disco ball. I like it. So I like making things like that. And I'll show you some in a minute. But first, let's talk about, rather than feeling all depressed like is so easy to do when it gets dark. Christmas is coming, and how thankful are we for all the lights that can come with Christmas time. I like lighting candles. Do you? It's fun. I don't know, the glow of the fire, since we don't get to sit around like the medieval people had the fire right in the middle of their house. And how warm would that have been, I mean, I know you've been around a bonfire or something when you've been back in your party days, right? Maybe not even in your party days, but it's just something to think about. Ways to make it better for your next few months. Like it's going to be, let's see, we're in December. January, February, March. In March, you just start to get a little bit out of it. And April, you think is going to be much better, but then you always get those little jabs of winter. But anyway, the candlelight is one good thing, I think. And then also feeling thankful, not just the thankfulness of Thanksgiving like we just went through, but it's something you need all the time. And if you have a cushy bed to sleep in, a roof over your head that does not leak, food in the pantry, a car with a tank full of gas. I have all these things right now, and I think, whoa, we are better off than many, many people who do not have these things. So we need to feel some thankfulness and to make that a part of the joy of our days for the next few months where it's going to be so hard. But anyway, I know people have also the struggle of work, and I thought I'd touch on that a minute. The struggle of people who they work in places like schools and other institutions where they see the real people in their real life situations unchained, as it were. And then they come home at night and they bring it in the front door with them and they can't let it go. There's got to be a way. There's got to be a way where your front door can become the portal you walk through, and when you get through it, it's time. It's time to put all that back at the office, back, not even in the car on the way to the office, way back at the office or wherever you work. And then as soon as you walk through the portal, light the candle, get the lovely beverage in your hand. I'm hoping it's going to be like some herbal calming tea, like maybe lemon balm or chamomile, if you can do that. Or I could go on, I'll have to make a herbal tea video. But yeah, you got to find a way to shrug it off and to flick those annoying people. Just like imagine yourself flicking them away like an annoying bug at your ear. Flick that thing away. Be gone. This is my evening. This is my time. You're in your space. You don't need to think about them. And I've had to learn to I work for myself in a home studio, so I've had to learn to literally turn people off after hours. Now, once in a while in a busy season, I'll take the call after 5 or 6 o'clock if I have to, and people will text me. They will try to call me. They will send messages on the social media to get my attention for a job, and I used to think I had to take all that, but I don't anymore. I am 60 plus, and I just say, listen, it can wait until Monday morning. If they do it on the weekend, especially, Monday morning, I will respond. But I'm not going to respond after Friday evening at a certain time. A lot of people hit you up on the weekends, and they think because, oh, they know you work at home, they know that this is what you do, they can go ahead and text you and bother you at your home. I'm not allowing it anymore. And by the same token, I think maybe people need to back off from interacting with the work people. You know, I know there's probably exceptions, but anyway, I think that's one thing. Hopefully, maybe people can create that portal. I want to make it look like a real portal when you walk through the door, like make some kind of an aura out of lights and maybe have it flash a cool glow. We can work on that, right? Anyway, okay, there's my imagination going nutso. But yeah, make something where you walk through it and it's like a new beginning for your evening. Those hours are yours. You deserve to have them. Okay, that being said, I'm probably going to split this up, and in a minute, I'm going to come back. Because YouTube won't always allow me to upload anything more than 7 or 8 minutes. And it's possible I've already talked that long. So if it happens, you'll see this little advice for the worker bee. Then I will share another one. I'm going to cut and share another one with my show and tell. Thank you. Hey, we just did part 1 talking about walking through your front door and make it a porthole. Portal? Is it portal or porthole? Porthole, I have one of those. It goes on a ship and you can open it. It's glass. Or I don't know if you can open it. Yes, you can open it. It's glass. I have one of those. It's about this big. Oh, it's so cool. Yeah, we need that portal. But anyway, my show and tell. I have a little story. I think I'll go ahead and tell you this story. It was my dearly departed and I used to love to drive around and look at houses. We owned a few and did rentals and all that stuff. We restored them. Yes, I have been known to climb a ladder with shingles on my shoulder. That's a good workout. But yeah, it was Halloween, and we went to these people's home, and they owned the house across the street, which was older, and they were toying with the idea of fixing it up, and it became a non-issue. It got torn down, which made me sad, because this house was built differently. It was long, and instead of an entrance on this side, the entrance was on the very end of the length of the house, with 2 staircases that went up to the center door front, and the sidewalk up to the street was just right there. Then your concrete steps went up, and you entered right there on the end of the house. The house was probably, I want to say, pushing 50 feet long, and the width was, I better not say more than 25 to 30. 30 used to be the length of some houses, like there were 30-foot trailers, right? Okay, so I was just sitting the other evening and I drew out, because I always loved the layout of that place. I just really loved the layout of that place. I guess maybe what I should do is try to show you what I drew. See if you can see that. I'm hoping you can. I'll put it towards the light. Enter down here, and you went through a long hallway. But you went through the long hallway, and at the very front there was this tiny office, a very tiny office. And then next you had a decent sized bathroom at the front and a hall closet. And then you went right around the corner, and there you had a staircase that was so unique. It went up to your left, and it was nice and wide. It wasn't some skinny thing. A wide, beautiful staircase with a landing and a window at the landing. Then you went on up right there. This was all to the left. And right where all that happened, after you had come through the hallway, was this area, like a common area, which was open. It could have been a dining area, but there was, of course, nothing there. And just right at the end of it, at the very straight end, was a closet. And then to the left was the entrance to a back, what was probably being used as a bedroom, but I thought it could be a den. I just really like the layout of this, because at the front, you went straight into a nice little entry area or sitting room. What did they used to, when you first had a caller visit you, you would be ushered into a room like this by the servants. I'm talking like I had servants. No. Okay, but then big open doorways, and you went in here. Then you could go directly into what I think was the dining room. And these two rooms were probably about the same size. I don't remember exactly. I've drawn a little table in there. And then, of course, a big entry, big, wide, probably, I want to say sliding doors in some of these places. I'm not real sure. And then all the way at the back was the kitchen. And the kitchen was just very flow through to a back. And then way back here at the very back was a long porch. This place, I thought this was the nicest layout ever. I don't know if you agree. I just really liked it. And then after you went up the stairs and you went in, I think there may have been one bathroom up here. I don't even remember where it was, but all the way down this hall was a couple bedrooms, maybe another. There must have been about 3 to 4 bedrooms and a bathroom. And it was like, this place was bigger than you'd think. I just really liked the layout. So I thought I'd share that with you. It happened on a Halloween day, but here's the most interesting part about the story. While we were in there, we heard some noises. And the people said, yeah, it's haunted. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? I clearly heard some noises. And they were convinced it was haunted. And sometimes I think maybe that might be the reason why it ended up being torn down. And it's like, my dearly departed was never afraid of that kind of thing, because he had previously owned a house when I first met him that everyone said, oh, it was owned by a doctor and it was haunted by such and such and blah, blah, blah. And he just had this amazing power over things. I don't know what you call it. But it didn't bother him. And if it was ever there, he flicked it away. So just notice how I like to use that. Flick it away. Just flick it away. So anyway, I thought I'd share that. I don't know if you could see that very well, but it was just one of those houses. Every Halloween, I remember that little visit to that house, and I thought, if I could ever build a house, I think that would be my layout. I just really liked how you entered from the end of the house. So yeah, I hope that story wasn't too boring for you. But I don't know. I never did get around to showing you things I make. See how I am? I make things and I want to show them to you, but I never end up showing them to you. And I'm going to end it right there. Maybe the next time. Maybe there will be a part 3. All right?